Whoa, what's happening with it? It's your boy back at it at the sports order real quick. You know what I mean? I'm your dog, Dee Longway. You feel me? And yeah, you gotta excuse my energy this morning. I'm like real mellow on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to get into it about the Lakers, and after like my takeaway after last night's game. So you could call this kind of like my mini state of the LA Lakers address. You know what I'm saying? First things first, you got to get Russ out of there. You got to get Russ the hell up out of there, first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. What was the whole point of bringing in somebody who was ball dominant and, taking up space in the paint? For AD and LeBron, they drive us a tour of the basketball. AD kind of sort of lives in and out the paint. You know what I mean? And I just don't see Russ, getting better with his perimeter shooting. He is who he is in so many words. He done told us this in so many ways, in so many words, plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? A championship don't mean much to him. We simply got to move on from that. We simply got to move on from a player who don't want to win a championship, or who comes off as a great player who has no, inkling in his mindset to want to pursue a championship. I mean, what was the whole point of you coming to the Lakers, just for a homecoming party? If that's the case, you succeeded in that. You know what I'm saying? But, the Lakers, they got a reputation for winning. And not just winning games, like winning championships. You feel what I'm saying? It's just a sad thing to see when you're a diehard Laker fan and you see one of your best players come out and express what he expressed. But if he really mean that, and if he really living like that, then by all means, the Lakers should pursue a trade. You know what I mean? The front office should get together and pursue a trade for Russ. Put something respectable together. Don't matter who you got to give up at this point. I would hate to part ways with a Malik Monk, Austin Reeves. If we could keep them. Everybody else could go. You hear me? Yep, Braun, you can go. AD, you can go. Frank, you can go. But the only reason I would want to fire Frank if I'm the front office is look at the possible replacement for Frank. It's most likely not going to be nearly as dominant on the sidelines as Frank Vogel. You know what I mean? Frank got to make a decision. He been struggling to bench Russ. The front office benched him. He sat out of last night's game against Portland. We still ended up losing by 2 points. I fell asleep on the fourth quarter. Your boy was way up there. So I went to sleep. Woke up this morning and seen that we lost by 2 points. I go to the box score, and LeBron got 4 turnovers. He got 6 turnovers. 6, if I remember correctly. He had about 6 turnovers. That's not gonna cut it. THT had 4 turnovers. I forgot how many AD had. But you could say he was like a turnover machine if we count missed shots and missed opportunities by he and the ball handler, whoever didn't feed him, LeBron. Like, I don't understand how you go into an arena to go face off against a team which half his roster is gone, like, for that night. They traded 3 players away. They got back some, but those players didn't suit up and play yet. And you traded CJ away. His replacements didn't suit up and play. So that's like about half the team, damn near half the team gone right there. You got close to everybody if you're the Lakers, all but Kendrick Nunn. And the other players that were out the injury. Melo was out the game. He didn't play. But you had Reeves. But you started Avery Bradley and Trevor Ariza. Man, what are you doing starting Trevor Ariza? Like, on nobody's team, he should be starting. Like, no disrespect to Trevor Ariza, but I don't understand what it's like. Russ explained it from his point of view, what it's like to not know if you're playing. You know, he was speaking from his perspective. You know, he went through some games. He got benched late in the game. Like, this team got all sorts of problems. This don't spell championship to me. Like, after 32 losses, something gotta get done. At this point, at the time of making the video, they lost 31 games. But, because the last Lakers team that won a title after losing 32 games was hold on, 56, 76, 86, 96. No, 56. My bad, 26 games. But 45 and 32. They could finish out to be 45 and 32, but I don't know. I don't know this time around. Like, it's not looking good for the Lakers either way it go. Like, it can't be as many games y'all lose in a row and we still expect y'all to dominate this postseason. They going out like last postseason. But what if I told you it was the bubble that took away most of their energy and motivation? Yeah, but they had plenty of time to recover. Nah, not exactly. They didn't, for the past 2 seasons, they didn't have their usual time to recover. I mean, maybe this past offseason was the first real offseason the Lakers had. But you would think that if they was to go get Russ, they would have done that way sooner. It was like a late trade edition. Like, instead of going forward, if you were gonna make a move that big, you was gonna go get Buddy Hield. However, you had to get him. You know, he's young, he's in his prime, he's one of the best three-point shooters in the league today. I don't know why you didn't get him. Instead, you let him go. You let him go to Indy. Well, he could still possibly be the 6th man of the year. If they end up not starting him and still bringing him off the bench as a 6th man. I mean, I don't know what this team need, but they need to get rid of parts that clunk up the flow, that clunk up the spacing. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they in this league, it's a make or miss league for real. If you can't make a shot, if you can't make a 3-ball in half court to save your life, you're not gonna win a title. You don't play defense like that. Y'all allow more buckets than any playoff contending team, or most playoff contending teams this season. You know what I mean? Like, this team's future already don't look bright based on what y'all gave up to get AD. But nah, if AD either A doesn't show up or B, you know, the Lakers don't get their act together with or without LeBron. You know, like I said, he could slide too. You know what I mean? He could slide. But that's my take right now on this Laker madness for right now. You know, this conversation may continue throughout the course of the season. It's very hard to judge right now because this is the part of the season nobody watches. And it's hardly ever entertaining to dig out, like, you know, credible highlights for a team that's not winning games as consistently as a team like the Lakers should. It's as star-studded as they are, like as stacked as their roster is. I just don't understand it for the life of me, but that's my take on this madness, man. Y'all let me know what y'all feel like, you know what I'm saying? We could continue this conversation as the season go on. Like, share, subscribe, and tune in for more videos from your dog, yours truly, Dee Longway. And this is the Order TV / the Sports Order signing out. Till next time.